All right, my people, welcome, welcome, welcome. A very good morning to you all. Sammy, Nabil, you guys are very welcome. Thank you very much for coming along nice and early this morning. Anyone else that's currently tuned in, whether you're watching live and lurking or whether you're watching this as a VOD, good to see you. Funnily enough, yesterday, by the way, interesting stream last night, by the way, Sammy. But yeah, Carter did end up raiding us, Nabil, and was just confused, just completely confused. And what made it worse was that what I had playing, it was a 10-hour loop of Subway Surfers, but in the middle of it, the guy just paused. The guy basically, it was like he went on YouTube and paused it, and then came back to the game some hours later, and they came in that pause. So it just looked like YouTube after he finished watching the video. It was very awkward if you just come on and you've got no clue what's happening. And yeah, that basically was it. Sammy, basically, I was under pressure actually from Jackson and Nabil to leave the stream going overnight with just Subway Surfers playing, and I did so. Yes, Nabil, you and Jackson united and pressured me to submit to your desires. It was an interesting stream yesterday, Sammy. I think it would be a good way to put it. Interesting, interesting. It was a vision he shared. Anyway, fresh start today. So we are spinning the wheel. You know what? I feel like I should do a game where like whoever's in chat can guess what route it will land on, and then they win a prize. But realistically, what I don't know what that prize would be. So, yeah. So also, am I a bit more centered? Kind of. No, not really anymore. Is that worse? It is what it is. It is what it is. $50, £50 Steam gift cards. Absolutely not. Well, to be fair, Sammy, that's actually not a bad point. That's not a bad point. It's just that it was an American Truck Simulator stream. And by the end of it, I think the stream is like 12 hours and 48 minutes long. Good old days. Hopefully, I'd like to bring those days back if I'm honest, Nabil. Honestly, I'd like to bring those days back, man. Um, yeah, yeah. I'll keep an eye on finances and stuff, and if I feel like it's something that I can afford to do monthly, because it was two, isn't it? It was two different giveaways that I was doing a month. And yeah, man, if I see it being something viable that I can go back to doing 100%, I'll do so. I would like to. I honestly would like to. I think it's a nice way of giving back to you guys, and also probably bringing in some new faces as well. But then it also comes with the weirdness of me specifically saying, "Hey, this is a TSW DLC giveaway," and then people winning just to tell me, "Oh, I don't own the game." So what are you doing? Why have you entered? Why have you taken the win from somebody else? The glory for why? Why? Mark, good morning, my man. How you doing? Welcome. But hey, it's the game is a game, innit, man? It's all part of it. It's all good fun. I think I'll move my camera back a little bit now. I regret it. Not doing well. What's up, my man? Some coffee today. No milk, no sugar. Raw. Raw. Because I drink coffee with a purpose. Its purpose is to give me energy. Don't drink it because it tastes cute, right? Drink it for business. Oh, you've been sick all night. Sorry to hear that, Mark, man. Sorry to hear that, my man. Hope you feel better soon. Take care of yourself. Get plenty of fluids in. If you're not hungry, don't eat. I know people usually hear the opposite, but if you're not hungry, don't eat. There's actually a benefit to doing that, and your body's basically saying, "Yo, we need a little bit of a fast." But if you are hungry, then of course eat. Just listen to your body. Just listen to your body, mate. Um, Day and night nurse is quite good. I think my body's built resistance to that now. But when it was working, it was absolutely incredible. The day and nightness tablets, and yeah, other than that, just rest your body, man. Just rest your body. How the GWR remaster comes up for PS4 shuts down. PS4 won't be shutting down, my man. PS4 won't be shutting down. It's just gonna stop receiving updates and support. It's not just gonna like one day just not be anymore. um, but I believe they've said regarding that remaster that it should be coming out early this year, right? So if not this month, next like literally that means like mid March latest middle of March. But hey, who knows, man? We've heard various things about various products. Not gonna name any names. Unfortunately, got bad chest. But you know, we'll just see. We'll just see. PS4 shots on something. PS4 support. So so what that means is Sony themselves are not going to further bolster or secure or update the PlayStation 4. So you'll still be able to play your games on it. You'll still be able to use it. I would assume you'd still be able to go online, but just with regards to specifically updating the console with security updates or software updates, that won't be. But the PS4 will still work fine. You're not going to lose access to your games or the ability to do anything with it that you won't lose any ability that you have today when that happens, basically. There won't be any new trains. There's not going to be any new trains coming out with that remaster, as has been, I believe, confirmed by Liam. I missed a really good trade yesterday. Would have made a lot of bank off it. Right. So cool. Yeah. Let's. There's no D7 stock. No. Any trains that are represented on the line they'll just be using what we already have in the game, but with the appropriate livery or a close enough livery to go with it. Leipzig Dresden on Maintobahn. I mean, hey, it would be very cool if you get it right in the bill. There won't be any prizes, but at least you can get a cookie, maybe. Cool. I'm looking at the actual thing today. I mean, it's a barn. It's a barn, just not Maintal. Little barn. I'm happy with that. My little barn is cute. It's cute. It's a cute little route. And I've never, ever, I think, ever done a journey mode on there. Let's have a little gander. If I have done any runs, yeah, 2. So these 2 are definitely the result of I'm gonna have to get this done quickly. These 2 are definitely the result of requester routes. I promise you. The training center one for the 628 was just, I guess, me trying to figure out how to get the train going because I struggle every time. And then the other thing would definitely have been a requester route. A bun is a bun. I mean, this brief introduction will a main line is a main line, right? But then you've got West Coast, East Coast, Great Eastern, Southwestern. But hey, take a seat in the driver's in that respect, the main line is still a main line. Oh, why would you make me climb on here? How do I get in through here? Oh, cool. I never knew that, actually. All right, boss. To activate the control button. Go on, Matt. Talk to me, boss. To allow fuel to flow to the engines. Okay. To start the engines, press the engine start switch. How long for? To engage the hydraulic drive, the power switch must be activated. Where's the power switch then? There we go. Power. Press the changeover. Changeover. Forwards. Release this bad boy. How do you start the TGV in the training center? Oh, how do you start the TGV? The training center don't help. The TGV, Mark, it's a touch complex compared to a lot of other trains. I will load up a run on there after this before I start on the rest of the Nidotoban stuff. Just to show you the startup process. I get it wrong myself a lot of the time. I'll be honest. I get it wrong a lot of the time myself, but I will try and get my little noggin working, and hopefully be of some help to you. Keeping to speed limits is important. If you begin overspeeding, apply a small amount of brake using the train brake. You know what, Sammy? If you can link that YouTube video now to Mark, that would be great. Because it would save him from having to wait for this, and also any potential fumbling from my side. Now, Bill, you've got a sub now, man. Just use the proper emotes. Please, man. There was one viewer this morning. Was it you? Who is still on the stream? I woke up this morning and there was one viewer on it. Like, bro, it's 5 in the morning. I've never noticed this. This little whatever this is over here. Neither this. What 363 is this? Has this been like customized for this particular for the Nidotoban? Oh, sorry, Sammy. Can you whisper it to Nabil, and then Nabil will do it? Sorry, I forgot about that. Thank you, mate. So, Mark, the link that Nabil just posted is Sammy's is what Sammy uses to help him. So it should be all you need, mate. Oh, he's got another one to handle the switchover. Nice one. Get on British Ace, man. Doing the Lord's work there. Oh wow. Oh wow. It doesn't really slow down much, does it? Huh. Oh, I was using the train brake. No, to be honest, I don't like using the yeah, see this rubbish with the locomotive brake. It's just ridiculous. I don't know why it can't just be like a brake, like a loco brake that you'd find on a class 47, for example. Just straightforward and simple. Oh wait, no, we actually need to be here. Why, Nabil? Why? I respect the loyalty, you know. But why? I respect the honesty even more. Oh my god, talking about respecting the honesty. Oh. You know, I appreciate it's being genuine. I had an artist reached out to me recently for some work, and her stuff looks really good. She showed me some of her previous work, and it genuinely looks quite good. And it's something I'd like to keep in mind moving forward in the future. And I mentioned that. The hell are these? How old are these wagons? Yeah, her work looks really cool, and I said that to her, and I said, look, I don't intend to have any work done, any changes to the channel now, but I'll reach out to you once once that changes. And then I won't go into details. What she basically said, oh yeah, I'm like I'm watching your stream, or I've watched your entire streams, da 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 da. And I was like, what stream? And then I also mentioned something. Oh, she also offered to like send me her pricing list. So I said what stream, and then I also replied to the pricing thing, and I was like, yeah, sure, send it through. So she doesn't respond to like when I ask her, okay, what stream did you watch? But she sends me the whole pricing list. It was a copy and pasted thing. It's a big message that she said very quickly. And then I just ignored it, and I was like, and I quoted my question when I said what stream, and I was like, I just did the two like the arrow things icons, and I was like, I'm curious to know your answer to this question. And then she gave me some long paragraph and basically mentioned American Truck Simulator, but like very like formal. And I'm not expecting somebody who doesn't know anything about American Truck Sim to necessarily know to call it ATS, for example, or something. But it was just a very obvious, like, she went onto my channel, saw what game I was playing, and then just copied and pasted the title of the game. And I said to her afterwards, I was like, look. And she continued being very pushy, and I don't like that. Like I've told you, I'm not making the changes. I mean what I say. If I want to make it, we can talk. And you know, if I want to negotiate, I'll do that. But I don't usually do that because I respect that you've put a price on your work. And that's it. It is what it is. If you knew what I paid for the emotes, you'd cry. I didn't think they were worth it at all. But I said, you know what? This is the work I want done. Out of the people who have approached me, I like your work the best. So let's work. I didn't try and get any. There was no negotiation. I didn't negotiate on the price. Whatever she said, I said, yeah, cool, let's do that. And I said to this one, look. Oh, yeah, and she also said, because I said I don't want to make any changes. She was like, these are not going to be changes. I'm just going to add this and this and this. And I said, right, but adding this and this and this is going to be changing the channel. I don't want that right now. And being pushy and giving me false flattery, it's not going to help you. And I said, approaching when you approach your next potential customer, please consider a more respectful and genuine approach, because I don't like that, and I just hate that kind of thing. And it made me genuinely consider not even considering her in the future, of which I do want to do, because her work actually looks kind of cool. It did look cool. It looks very cool actually. But something like that will very quickly make me say nah. Because you could have the best work in the world, but if you've got a bad character, I'd rather not. I understand that you've got your business. There's pressure. There's, maybe there's some financial pressures, or something else that's like making you feel like you have to make sales, you need to make income. But there's a way to go about it, man. Be a human being. We're both human beings. Treat me like one, I'll treat you like one. And if there's any future in working together, we can do that. Anyway, just wanted to share it. Just to say that I value honesty. I value genuinity. I don't even know if that's a word or not. Even if it's not gonna tickle my balls, The amount of times Nabil has criticized me or criticized something I've done, and I've just had to, and I've just been like, oh, ouch, okay. But you take it on the chin, because it's for the better. It's for your betterment. Oh my God! Hello, Cora. You're excited for summer? You visit a bucket list railway? Like, oh, nice. Care to share? Which one? Long time. Very long time. This isn't. It's not Sparkles on another account, right? You are Cora. You've always been Cora. You've been Cora on the Simrail map. You've been Cora in the chat. I can trust you. Can you tell me what Schnellfahrstrecke means? And also, can you guys tell me what Bahn means? Is Bahn like just line? High speed line. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. And so Bahn is just like line, like railway line. Oh, do you want me to? What did you want me to do here? I'm not getting a new instruction. Come on, bro. This is a training center. This is the training center. It's the most basic thing.
Good work. That concludes all the basic.
Why? This is training center. If it's some complex DLC, then cool. It's a bloody training center. Why are we having issues with instructions on the training center? Please. Bahn refers to the railway. Okay, nice. Schnellfahrstrecke. I'm trying my best. High speed line, Bahn equals railway. Nice one. So I'm assuming a lot of ICEs then, Cora. Autobahn would mean. Good question. If Bahn means railway and not just good question. Only ICE, okay. You think you done it, Mark? No stress, mate, if you're having difficulties with it. Like I said, I pride myself on being able to drive every single train in the game, and that one catches me out. I think it's the one train that I struggle with the most out of everything. To be fair, I've only driven it like 3 times, or even twice, maybe, if I'm being honest. But nonetheless, it has it's been a thorn on my side. Does France unit is trouble? It is. It is. KRM is a Cologne Frankfurt high speed line at speed limit at 300 kilometers per hour. And you'll have an ICE3 Neo. And so I assume you'll be traveling at that speed as well. Hopefully no issues, man. Hopefully no issues. Enjoy it, man. KRM has 4% grays. God damn. Only IC3 in variants and IC4 1213 car is permitted on KRM. All other trades are banned from operation. Wow. But 4% is no joke. No joke. If this game translates gradients well, then 4% is no joke. Oh, god damn it, I did it again. I'm having a skill issue. Nice one, Mark. Nice one, mate. It's just so finicky, isn't it? So finicky. That is sick, man. I do, yeah. I think ICE again. I keep going back to this. I don't have a bucket list per se, but I do have a list in a bucket. Take that how you want to interpret it. There are things that I want to do, and yeah, traveling on ICE. I don't have any specific routes in mind or like particular ICEs in mind. I think an ICE1 would be cool. I'd like to travel on an ICE1. If you have a link, whisper it to Nabil and he'll be able to post it. Otherwise, you'll be told off by the bot. But yeah, I would like to travel on an ICE. Yeah. Right. Let's do this scenario. Glimpse into the future. An evil ghost seems to have possessed the route. Okay. This one is a bad scenario. It is what it is, boss. See, with this roulette stuff, we're gonna win some and we're gonna lose some. I'll tell you. I'll be honest with you. Hello, hey there, driver. Sorry to call you out, but a driver has reported a strange light on the line by Budsheim, so we need you to go and check it out. Budesheim? Right, we need to go and check out a strange light. It's gonna piss me off. It can't be worse than the helicopter scenario in the build. It can't be worse than that. So jump on the 365 in the siding and go check it out. Don't let the mist fool you though. Oh, I should. Okay, hold on a second. Hold on. I should probably turn the real weather off. I should probably. I should probably just close this for now, so that it doesn't ruin what the scenario is meant to do here. And we'll go from there. I'm inspired of the Marseille route tonight now. It's not a bad. I was talking about this yesterday, Sammy. I was saying obviously it's not one of the best in the game, right? But to dip into it here and there, it's not a bad shout. It's not a bad shout. Okay, so is it gonna be some fog now? No, it's actually a lot brighter. Okay. Right. So I guess the weather's gonna take a turn for the worst. Karam is very famous because of the view in the video I sent the bill from 2045 to 2145. Okay. You know what? Considering it's just a minute, I'm actually down to have a little gander. Although I would need to do. I'll just come here. Just come here, won't I? Anonymous. Oh snap! Let me turn on the sub discounts. I completely forgot. Why are you not here? Start a discount. You know what's crazy? The start a discount option is on my streaming PC. It's there in this little area, and somehow on this PC it's not. How does that even make sense? From 2045 to 2145. Let's have a little look. Did I get it right? Yeah, from 2045 to 2145. Takes 10 minutes to boot the game on PS. Jesus. Half your DLCs were gone. What, just like that? Oh, snap. Hello. Okay, the highway thing is really cool. Reminds me of when we used to drive to Morocco and go through France and Spain, and there'd be a lot of stretches like that. You could just see cars in the far distance. That was a cool tunnel exit, though. So this is at 300 kilometers per hour right now. Or was it the exit? Leaving the station at 300 kilometers per hour. What does that translate to in miles per hour for my UK brain? So that I can comprehend it more appropriately. 186 miles per hour. Flipping hell. Is this another Castle Würzburg in terms of tunnels? Just like a bunch of tunnels. That was cool. Sorry, what ICE did you say? Does it run ICE 3s? Like, would you be able to see that view sitting behind the driver, for example? I thought it would be better than Castle Würzburg. Fair enough, fair enough. Hello, Nilvinus. How you doing, my man? Got more stations in between and interesting endpoints. And how long would it be, like, end to end? How long would it take? So is it an issue specific to, or shall I say exclusive to TSW, Sammy? Or has it occurred to people in other games as well? I see 3 and 4. It's only about an hour. Okay. Like, would it be good? Would it be a good experience in terms of like having it in the game? Right. I assume we're going to run on the main line, right? So both PZB and CIFA should be active. Right. So you're not going to tell me to turn my headlights on or anything like that. Just master key on, and that's it. Now I'm not expecting a fully detailed Deutsche Bahn certified startup procedure, but I mean, some more detail wouldn't have hurt anybody. In between Cologne and Frankfurt. There's a lot of routes that you just wonder why are they not in the game? The DLC does sometimes disappear on games, but you just reactivate the license. That's not a fun problem to deal with. You can actually run the IC3 at top speed. It would be cool running that at 300 kilometers per hour. How fast can we get the TGV up to on the Marseille route? Does anyone know? They fed Frankfurt back in TSW3 and said it would be impossible. Well, I mean, they've gone into that realm now, haven't they? So no excuses anymore. Treats each route as a separate license. Oh, yeah. 320, okay. But it's only like 10 minutes. You're right. Hey, listen, it would be a very special 10 minutes, honestly. It would be a very special 10 minutes. Gorgeous scenery here, man. Got the whole village going on in the background. Like, near scenery is nice. Far scenery, distant scenery is nice. It's a cute little route, man. Zero post use will be banned within 14 days after registration on the TSE forum. Nuts. Well, then realistically, you just, bro, do what I said. Anything you find, post it. Or just some random, like something really old, just to show that, hey, I'm here, you know, I'm trying to be involved. I would like to be on it, man. I'll be honest. Because you're good. You with German content, you're on point. But obviously, UK content doesn't interest you as much. So you wouldn't be able to like put me onto good UK content. I think what I would like is for if any DLC releases and I don't have my hands on it, like I haven't been given a code for it, put me on. I'd be happy to play the game when it comes to like new releases. But that's all I'll be able to do. You're doing that already? What a guy, man. What a guy. This is the let's pause for a moment. This is the Niedertobahn. Thank you, Nabil. UK content does interest me, but I can't have both installs at the same time. Okay, fair enough. Well, I mean, if you find, I guess, something interesting, just let me know, innit? I would like to do the underground. Like, if there's a way to sort out the underground route, that would be interested in. But off the top of my head, I don't actually know anything else that would actually be good. Carda might know. But a lot of what Carda does involves AP, and I don't know how much of that is available. Alright, Sammy. Join me. Thanks, me for it. That's it, bro. All they want to see, though, listen, all they want to see is that you're a participant, you know, that they haven't let an imposter in. That's it. I don't think they'll really care about what the content actually is, as long as it's one way or another legit. You'll be traveling over 3 TSW routes on your route to Munich. Which ones, Cora? Was that a red signal? Oh, should I turn PZB off? Am I going to be hit with some BS? What was the red signal? I wasn't even watching. That red signal? Was I meant to stop? That's a ghost signal. Why is there a ghost signal, bro? What are we doing here? What the hell was that? The signal itself was actually like a ghost. What are we doing? It's not even like Halloween. It's not nighttime. It's just a random run in the day. What? Where's the overview? It's May the 2nd, 2022. What are we doing? What was the thought process behind this? Or is this like some law that I'm not aware of to do with this line? It's not so much that it's pissing me off, Nabil. I'm just confused. I'm just trying to work it out. I can't really make sense of it. Like, ultimately, it's a scenario, right? It's not like a regular timetable run, so I'm not going to be mad at it. Because it's doing what I always say a scenario should do, right? Now, of course, I prefer realism, but whatever. Have we lost the plot? Let's just move on. We saw nothing. Oh, if you had asked me that question last night, bro, there would have been one definite, clear answer. I don't know what I missed as well. I think I was meant to stop at it, and I just completely, like, went past. I assume we would have spoken to the signaler. The signaler would have been like, what are you talking about? There's nothing there. Or something of the sort. Frankfurt Fulda, cool. Mainz Bishopbahn, cool. Before merging the final 30, 40 kilometers of KWG. Cool. Genuinely cool. I like all of them. Well, yeah, like I would like to experience all of them as well. So is that like a coincidence, Cora, or did you specifically strategically plan your route to utilize those lines? If we focus on TSC, I'll be traveling over RSLO's Nuremberg to Munich. I don't know much about that route. When it comes to TSC, my knowledge is quite limited, to be honest. Have a look at the new bus devlog. It looks pretty good, but why is it a priority? Okay, I read through the Hamburg stuff again today that we saw yesterday that I showed on stream, just to make sure I didn't miss anything. Do you mind sending me a link in a bit on Discord? It's gonna take me some time to find it. Coincidence? How cool! Thank you, Nabil. I just planned an 11 a.m. departure from Utrecht, 45-minute connection minimum. We ended up on the ICE towards Munich. Very cool. Very, very cool. I have to like communicate with chat when I plan certain holidays, or if I'm planning to go to certain countries. I think Simon is my go-to guy for Swiss routes, if I'm not mistaken. Nabil's my guy for German routes, and probably Jackson too. It's been taking me a lot longer to process thoughts. I don't know why. New snow visuals and more slippery roads. Really? Due to black raw. Snow now builds up as drifts and piles along the edges of the road, which you can clearly see in the screenshot. This makes it seem parked vehicles and objects. Okay. It looks like it's been implemented quite well. The black ice is incredible as well, by the way. I haven't seen a game portray that I have played. This has a direct impact on handling in certain sections with more sensitive traction and braking, especially if you're driving too fast or making sudden inputs. On top of that, subtle screen edge effect enhances the atmosphere depending on the conditions, without heavily affecting visibility during normal driving. Bro. Wow. Again, like you said, it's very good, but it's not. Well, yeah, why is that a priority, man? They pissed me off, man, honestly. Simon, good morning, my man. How you doing? Like, the game's getting better in every way. Like, combining the DLC and the main game itself. It's getting better in every way except the way it matters. Like, imagine in TSW, if the train's handled like trash, but the world looked so sick. The foliage, they had the foliage on point. The UI was looking really nice. And whatever else that they could do. The graphics incredible, but the trains themselves sounded horrible and drove horribly. It would make no sense. That's good to hear, Simon. I'm doing very well, thank you, my friend. It's confusing. It's honestly just confusing. Imagine TSW with Kuju 101 physics and sounds. I mean, imagine TSW with a lot of TSC content, physics and sounds, default content. Sorry, what did I just miss? I missed something. I don't know what it was. So is this all the scenario was about then? The ghost signal stuff? Also, Siemens recently got their BR193 version approved. Yes, I saw something about that last week or 2 weeks ago, I think. Very cool. Very, very cool. It's a weird scenario. It is a weird scenario from TSG as well. Like, this is not a scenario I would have expected from them. Oh no, it's happening again. Quick, let's get out of here. Permission to go faster than line speed. Just go. Okay. But what do you mean it's happening again? There was no fog before. So I guess we just floor it and go. Faster than line speed. Oh, another ghost signal. Right. I'm happy I don't have to Bethel 40. Seems a bit violent for 40 kilometers per hour. They said permission to go faster than line speed, so I'm just going to floor it and just let the train go as fast as it wants to go. Lucas also works on this, so it might be his idea. Lucas is close to TSG. Yeah, he does work for... Yeah, he does work for some things with them. Okay. I will get the name for you, Simon, once we go back to the menu. I don't remember. It's an odd one. Yeah, the ghostly one, yeah. It's an interesting one, to say the least. Sammy, almost, mate. It's ghosts. All these red signals are just ghosts. Creative is... yes, I guess, yes. Creative is one way to put it, for sure. In terms of, well, relative to what we have in the game. Not something I expected to see from TSG though. Not something I expect to see from TSG. I don't mind it too much because ultimately it's a scenario, right? And it ticks the boxes that I always moan that other scenarios don't. You know, when I do say I want something that's not going to be a generic A to B, I do mean something that's still within the realms of reality. But you know, once in a while, I guess some fun wouldn't hurt. But it's not even like this is like some sort of Halloween special. This is May. The in-game date is May. And it's not like nighttime, it's not Halloween. Now, if there's some sort of lore about this line that this is paying a homage to, then that's very cool. But if it's not, I don't quite know what to make of it. Nothing can top the helicopter. No, nothing can top. No. Not the trampolines on the railway on the Isle of Wight. Not ghostly signals. Nothing can ever top a helicopter. No. Nothing will ever top that. Didn't realize we were playing Silent Hill. Yeah, this is more akin to some sort of train DLC for that. This could be like a VR Silent Hill add-on. One of the fallen trees incompletable. Really? Okay. Well, I can force complete it. If we do get to it today. I don't know how far in it is in the journey mode. Maybe we'll see it today. Maybe we won't. It's not just drive the train and back. I mean, it's not, Simon. But I mean, you know, okay. Let's say for example the one on the Long Island railroads, the newer one, where there's like a building on fire, and it's actually like a raging fire, and the smoke billowing out onto the tracks. See, now that's not an A to B. It's not a generic run in some rain, but it's still within the realms of reality. Like for me, that's a perfect definition of what I look for from a scenario. There's an objective that doesn't clear. We'll make it clear. Don't worry. There was also an objective that didn't clear on the training center of all things. The training center. I think if it happens on some complex DLC, which it shouldn't, but if it does, then fair enough. But for it to happen in the training center, well, what excuse could there possibly be for that? Is it like a high speed setting that I don't have on? Is this like in shunting mode? No, it's in long distance. No way this thing tops out at 60 kilometers. I refuse to believe that. Had a run with the 380 yesterday, it wouldn't complete loading passengers at the end. I'll be honest, I am a little bit concerned because I've been seeing more and more of that. I've been seeing a lot more bugs. For me personally, it's more than I've ever encountered. Genuinely more than I've ever encountered. And yeah, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't quite worried about that. Not saying all scenarios are A to be, definitely prefer the ones with a big scenery or a story. Yeah, I was why not just do a timetable mode? Absolutely, absolutely. Like I said, ultimately it does tick my box for what I look for in a scenario. And you know, the fact that it's a scenario and not some random timetable mode means I can't really be mad about it. And you know, I don't mind a bit of fun thrown in here and there, I guess. I think this one has just caught me a bit off guard. to be honest. Was it fun? Yes. Would I want to see it again? Probably not. Thank God the game doesn't count that as a red signal. It did like it did on the Aachen Köln route. I just really hope this was a dream. Let's see. What if it just like blacks out and then the Skyrim intro starts? Was it Skyrim? I think it was. But Nabil, oh my god, bro. I think that's one of the biggest issues I would have on console. That might genuinely be the reason I wouldn't play this on console. To spend see, you know how I am about time. I'm very iffy about time. To spend any amount of time, be it 15 minutes, half an hour, 2 hours, doing a run, getting to the very end, and through no fault of your own, not being able to finish it. Oh, I couldn't, man. Honestly, I couldn't. I mean, that was the reason that I stopped playing for a bit when TSW 6 came out. Between a scenario in Leipzig Dresden where the train just jumped off the rails, literally, well, or just fell asleep basically, and the one that wasted like an hour of my time on the Morristown line, I didn't want anything to do with it. I just didn't want anything to do with it. Who remembers the correct procedure? Before I even do anything, who remembers the correct procedure so I don't waste my time fumbling about? Is it power on and then reverser handle in and then brake key? Or should I just go for it? Or should it be reverser handle in, then power, then move it to forward, and then brake key? When's this much? Which one, Simon? There have been many patches that I believe should be coming. Like, see, 144 mods are downloaded all in the game to do better. Right. It was all a dream. Is the latest rank. Hey, Sammy, listen. Do not come for my primary school self. That was my glory. Painful doing a 90-minute run of the game. Yeah, it sucks, man. Enter the cab, insert the reverser, then set it to forward, then hold engine group 1 knob on the start position for 5 seconds. Let me find them. Where's my engines? They're here somewhere. They're in front of me somewhere. Oh, here. What? Hold it. Start for 5 seconds. Train's on though. Train is on. So I don't need. I can skip that, I believe. Insert brake key. Switch the compressor and power to on. Compressor's on. Power on. And then release the parking brake. Sweet. Thank you, boss. Now, all I need to do is remember that for the next run. And the run after that. Train lights on. Instrument lights on. Desk light. I don't think I need the desk light on. So I'm gonna do PZB and CFA from my keybinds. There's a manual for it, by the way. I don't even know. Cora, thank you very much for the follow. You are welcome on board indeed. Oh, I like that. Hello, Holy Trucker. How you doing, mate? There was Simon, yes. Oh no, this is one of those routes with no headlights. I thought it was for like the main game, but apparently it was the Frankfurt one that they said was meant to come before the new year, before the break, Christmas break, but they didn't want any issues to pop up and then no one there to solve them. But that one's come now, and it was a very, very, very minor one. But have they not also said another one's coming as well at some point? Hopefully that's this week. I don't have a clue, like, I don't know, man. Just don't have any expectations. Whatever will come whenever it's going to come. And that's it. Hey bro, how's it going? Just bought the Pacer timetable. Wow, that Cardiff route is like having a new route now. Yeah, I've always enjoyed the Cardiff route as it was, Holy Trucker, and I do appreciate some new stock to drive on it. That DLC is bugged. I can actually confirm that. And it's a shame that the patch for it hasn't been released. They broke it just before the game is meant to release, and they acknowledged it to us ambassadors. Didn't say anything publicly about it, which I felt was quite disappointing. I made the whole video about it actually recently, and yeah, man. Hopefully, it gets resolved at some point, and maybe with this update that me and Simon were just discussing. All right, take care, Cora. Sorry, I didn't see that message. I'm a bit slow with chat. Kid writing is all good. Just Hollywood is such a using it. Yeah. Nothing as bad as Stranger Things. We'll talk about that in a minute, actually, because that's going to be. I'm going to miss everything that's on chat right now if I start talking about that now. Have you watched Chase of Society? New Ultimate Guy. I don't watch Chase of Society videos. Guy's got boss graphics. Okay. I mean, other than having the game maxed out and using Jetwash's Beast mod, I don't know what more you can do really. Maybe it's a touch of reshade, perhaps. TSC still does manuals, Legends, even for the later content, Nabil. Trying to understand the beef between him and the other creator, seems juvenile. He basically said, Sammy, from what I understand, he said something bad about some ambassadors. It seems to have been taken personally, and one of the ambassadors bit back. Maybe he was misunderstood, I don't know. Either way, not my business. Just you guys doing too much does seem to sum it up pretty well. Although I don't know if Chase of Society did much. He plays the YouTube game with clickbait and attention-catching titles and the like. But I don't know. That particular statement he made didn't really seem bad necessarily, and I'm saying that as an ambassador. But like I said, maybe it was just understood incorrectly. Admins are previewing a West Somerset timetable tomorrow, or is there one? Or something. Is there one for sale? West Somerset timetable? There's a new West Somerset timetable? Where did you hear that, Holy Trucker? Pardon me. Visual and immersion mods, God mode, train lighting. Okay. Better shadows mod. Okay, so yeah, okay. Nothing really, nothing new except whatever his hybrid approach is, whatever that means, which I assume is just a collection of mods, and Edel Plastics preset, which I think is one that I've been seeing recently on the Train Sim community website, but I'm not 100% sure. Honestly, Sammy, I'll be honest, mate. Yes, it is very easy to just do that on console. And you can also do the same on PC, just not bother with any mods. But you will have a game that looks worse than how it would with those mods. Like Jetwash's stuff alone makes a huge difference for me. And it's why I just say I lose my PC and all I have access to is a console. I don't think I'll be able to play on to play TSW. I think it's called West Gala or something. An Ambassador has a preview set for tomorrow night. That's already in the game, Holy Trucker. That's the Steam stuff, the Steam Gala. That was added 2 years ago, I think, now, by Liam. I would agree, but it significantly enhances your overall experience and that your enjoyment. Yeah. Ignorance is bliss. There is, yeah, absolutely. Listen, man. The way I've learned that more and more and more over the years has been crazy. Played ACHS last night. A run from St. Pancras route remains undefeated. So 4 types of units: freight, rail, tour, engineering train, ROG 37, EMC HSTs. And that's why, bro, I think the only thing that can take its spot as the top UK route is this upcoming Medway one. You know, with all its level, with this high level of detail, it's the only real contender that I see potentially taking Southeastern high speed spot. More freedom with the PC, absolutely. All right, Sammy. Enjoy, mate. Made the mistake of watching modded PC gameplay back when I was on PS4. Bro, that was me watching GTA San Andreas videos when I was a kid. Bro, I'm seeing people with Lamborghinis and Rolls Royces and Range Rovers. All these real vehicles. And I'm like, yo. And I remember my dream game when I was younger was based on realism. And here I am seeing real vehicles in a game. Like a game like GTA. Bro, the mission I went on, yeah, and getting my hands on a USB, I don't know what I just missed. Getting my hands on a USB, putting the mods on it, and then putting the USB into my PlayStation, and having no idea why they weren't showing up in the game. And then I would delete the files, and then I'd reinstall them. And I can't understand for the life of me why they're on the file. They're on the USB. The USB is plugged into the PlayStation. Into the PlayStation 2. What is going on here? And that was the very beginning, I think, of my transition to PC. The very, 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 very beginning. It was tough, bro, for a kid. For a kid. That's hard, man. It's heartbreaking, bro. It was heartbreaking. I'm trying to get my dad to help me, my mum to help me, my uncle to help me. No one can figure it out. Yeah, it was tough, man. Heartbreaking. What I took from Train Sim Society videos, I took in Rain V2 and better snow mods. No way even playing with the default Rain. It looks like, I'm not gonna say what I said before, but it looks like just paint dripping from a ceiling. It's rough. And heavy rain and snow mod, my game looks insane with those mods together in VR. Yeah. Those are very important mods in this game. I don't know why the default rain looks as bad as it does, man. Can't say too much about the snow. I never really had an issue with the snow. Maybe I have that mod installed and I just don't know. But the rain has always stood out to me as especially bad. Medway will be good, but it will be a great route in the way Nidotoban is rather than the way SEHS. Really nice scenery, but not that busy. That's valid. That's valid, yeah. Also, I saw Jetwash yesterday mention bringing in fictional runs. Specifically in the conversation about the 465 because I think it only features as an ECS move. That would have taken half an hour, and they extended it so it takes a bit longer. And honestly, I'd rather not have things like that, to be honest. Please don't tell me the right doors are actually going to open. God damn it. What you learned from early on, don't ask your parents for technical advice. My guy, I was lost. I was lost and I was genuinely like really sad about it. Like I really, 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 really wanted those mods. Yeah, it's not going to be merged, but it will have a part of it included. I think they said like an updated as well. So it's not just going to be like a copy and paste, but it was going to be better, basically, according to how they've described it. So it should be good. Should be good. That sounds about right, Simon. It's been weeks now since I last read that specific part. Yeah, yeah, which was very cool. That was very cool. But it was the modders that did that, by the way. It was the modders that did that. Edinburgh to Glasgow, Fife Circle, as it came. What did I miss? Why is there so much to miss? I'm not going to go looking in the dark. What did I miss now? Oh, driving any German route and trying to chat at the same time is just a myth. It's absolutely impossible. Yeah, so Edinburgh to the Fife Circle, as it came officially, had the entire Edinburgh to Glasgow in it. So all the modders did was make that bit usable, basically. It was an interesting decision. I don't know why that was made. I'm actually not entirely mad at that, to be completely honest. But yeah. Why did I just get an email from Pizza Hut? Why did Pizza Hut even have my email? I don't recall ever getting an email from Pizza Hut. Oh no, tell a lie, we went there recently. Never mind. The buffet's good. Oh my god, the Pizza Hut buffet is really good. Sorry, I know I'm not doing a great job here. Pizza Hut doesn't disappoint. No, absolutely not. Why is the guy over there walking on the grass then? What's the explanation behind that? These little diesel lines, rural lines, always seem to have very tight timetables. Right, I really need to keep my eyes peeled. Everything will try and trip you here. I don't even know if I need to acknowledge those or not. I just do it just in case. I love the old school Mercedes-Benz clock on here. Jesus. Doesn't taste like candy floss, I can tell you that much. This route, the 642 is better. Why so? I do think this is quite a cool train to drive, if I'm being honest. High speeds, okay, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. But for the train, for the time period, for the scenery, I don't have an issue driving this slow. Let's just be grateful it's not as slow as West Somerset Railway. That one will make you tear your hair out. There has never been another route to this day. This has been about 3 years ago now, 4 years ago. There has never been another route in which I have taken drastic measures to just speed through. I'm not going to acknowledge this and just see if I've been doing it right or wrong. Where I've taken drastic measures to just finish the journey mode and get it over and done with. Not even a Rosa line, which is a pain in the backside. Oh man, it takes a lot of strength mentally to get through that experience. Old, bro, old. Like I said, this was about 4 years ago. I always appreciate when there's a soft lock between... Why? Why? What was that? What are you? I can't even bloody see. God damn it. I don't know what the hell, what it was. I was going to say, I appreciate when there's a soft lock between certain braking settings. To be fair, if I do have the Steam stuff still to do. I don't know if that has its own journey mode or not. I hope it does. That would be quite cool. But we, you know, we'll wait for the will to decide our fate with that one. Yeah, honestly, the best thing you can do is just get as much as you can get your hands on as much as you can, even if it's just for the layers. Including Thomas, yeah? You got Thomas as well. You wanted to criticize me for that one. I've excluded that from the wheel. I don't know if that's fair or not, but I'm thinking that's only really useful for a requester route, to be honest, in my opinion. I don't think anyone's going to want to actually see that played in one of these types of streams. I mean, if you guys, you know, would like that, please do let me know. Maybe I've got it wrong. The thought disgusts you. Each of their own, man. Each of their own. I'm sure there's someone out there that plays TSW and the thought of the Expert 101 disgusts them. Now your loyalty needs to remain, man. I might need you especially on that stream. God knows what direction that would go in. I can't bring myself to do that, bro. I can't bring myself to do that. Absolutely not. Hello, Carter. You can blame the bill along with Jackson for that. Nabil's actually here, so I'll let him explain himself. Actually, no, because he will switch the story. Nabil pressured me. Nabil pressured me to put Subway Surfers on and let it play overnight. Now, if he wants to give you his version of the story, he's more than welcome to do that. I'm just saying what it is. I begged them, Carter. I said, look, guys, please, this is torture. Please, can I turn this off? Please. They said no. N-O. What choice did I have? This is a very nice route, Carter. I know you can't see much. Hopefully we have a daylight run after this one. But I don't know if you have any experience with the Nidotoban on in TSW. But it's a very nice, cute, highly detailed, little local, rural diesel line. For a long time, one of the best in the game. You know what? The colors on this particular route are actually very nice. They're genuinely very nice. We're about halfway through. It's a TSG route. I don't know if you have any opinion on TSG as a third-party developer, but they are the ones who have brought the likes of Mittenwaldbahn, the Expert 101. They're coming with the Expert 145. They are the ones bringing Steam back via the Necklebahn or something like that. So they've got quite the reputation. And they make great manuals. Yeah, see, there you go. That alone should tell you enough about them relative to the current third-party developer or just general TSW developer economy. You had 5 consistent viewers at the beginning, then it dropped to 2 until midnight. And then what happened at midnight? Yeah, would you believe, Carter? I had my live viewership peaked during that segment of yesterday's stream. Maybe when I'm not live, I should just have that playing. Yes, I did see the confusion when I came back to my computer in the morning. And Nabil even mentioned how, you know, how crazy would it be if we got a raid during that, and lo and behold, that's exactly what took place. The lighting here is absolutely spot on. Good job, Jetwash, man. Hope it's coming across on stream half as good as it is on here. People do that. There are people that, yeah, they'll stream something. I don't know if it's Subway Surfers in the bill, but they'll stream something while they're away. Usually it's like old streams. They have like the previous streams just playing on like non-stop. What would make sense for me to do that, for example? Like, what type of content? Could have older streams. At this point, Subway Surfers is probably up for serious consideration. Oh snap! I just realized. I think my Zwangbrem songs have been triggered by that sign, the same one as on Frankenbahn. I feel like I've been seeing them, but not really actually acknowledging them. Old streams on GTA? What do you mean, the vibe? Ah. Ooh. What old streams though? GTA. Not a bad shout, actually. Not a bad shout at all. I don't know what I didn't acknowledge. At this point, I just have to keep pressing acknowledge every like 10 seconds. Yeah, neither do I. Neither do I. I don't know if they've actually downloaded, for example, their streams, put them into like one video, and they're just playing that video file on loop. Might be worth doing some research on it. Guess what else I need to do research on that I still haven't researched? Although to be fair, I was a bit busy this morning. Maybe there's an AI somehow that takes care of that. But people have been doing it for years though, way before this era of AI that we know. And that's another thing as well. A lot of content creators have channels dedicated to that, rather than do it on their main channels. I think that only makes sense when you grow to a particular level. They're automatically updating the title is what I'm actually interested in. Most stations like these have 2 outside platforms rather than the second in the middle now. Oh, okay, I know what you mean. It does seem safer that way. How the heck is that a stop marker? Oh, before this junction. More than nice to be accessible for everyone, yeah. That's the focus right now. Accessibility. I hope the double horn is the right method. That's how I've seen it done in videos. One horn sound for 3 seconds. Is that for all of those signs everywhere? Or does every line have its own rule about it? Oh, okay. So the way I was doing it before is because I literally saw Icy Lockfurer do it in a video I watched a couple of weeks ago, where anytime he went through those, and he would go through them a lot, that was how he would do it. The two short bursts. There was, but I'm very certain that even when there was just one, he was still doing it. Or a double one. How do you know that? How do you know when you come across one of those? Like at one point, he was going around the curve, and I think there were a lot of crossings coming up, and there was like a board every few seconds, just constantly. There's like 4 or 5 in a row. Two peace signs above under each other. No, it was one. I'm pretty certain, but maybe I remember it wrong. I don't know. Because if you remember when I would see peace signs here, I would only do one, and it's only recently that I changed it, thinking that this way was the right way. But thank you for enlightening me anyway. Do feel free to correct me if you see me doing like making mistakes like that. Because for a lot of these things, I just wouldn't know unless I'm told. That bastard sign. Look at that. Nice one, thank you. I mean, I believed you anyway. I didn't doubt you. Okay, I saw a magnet on that one as well. I don't know. I'm just gonna play it safe. See, there's no magnet on this one. We are 5 minutes late. It's all them emergency breaks. Whistle boards at level crossings means whistle twice. Two whiteboards with black P placed vertically above each other. Right. Okay. I don't think any of those exist here. It's just these single white ones, but almost all of them are for crossings. Of course they do in Zusi. Of course they do. But is that just because it's Zusi, or is that just because of the specific route? Fair enough. I'm assuming they would make it as accurate to the real thing as possible. And a few more stops to go. It makes sense for the evaluation to be strict. At the end of the day, that's a platform that takes simulation very seriously. You can't just come and just put any old slop into their game. That's a studio company, whatever, who actually values their game. What? It's one. What? Really? Shout out to him. But maybe it'd be helpful if you had like a bit of a team with him, so that if anything happens to him, the project just doesn't die. That's very cool. Very, very cool. Why is the approach to almost all of these stations on an incline of some sort? Community is contributing to the hobby version, and the professional one is roots get developed independently. I think independently as the guy himself develops them by himself, or it's a separate entity making the roots. Okay, cool. Do they do root merging on there? Or are they all different projects like we see in TSW? I just asked because I'm curious about what the longest run is on there. Okay, cool. Oh, a lot of 628s. Stable away, having a snooze. Looks like we're gonna join them. Okay, the line from Hamburg down looks very long. But is that one route? Or is that multiple ones that you can like do one after another? It's one route? Okay. So how long is that? Like end to end? From Hamburg and then going as far south as you can go? Oh, is that it? I mean, that's a long time, don't get me wrong. It's just that I thought it would have been longer, especially with the freight train. Never driven. Today's the day that changes, boss. Today's the day. Wonder what would have happened with it after that point. Really? So you only drive routes there that are in your area? Or when you get bored of them after a while? For future purposes. And you want to criticize the way I do journey mode? Say less. Right, let's try and do the PZBNC for manually. I'll find them. There's a toilet. Nice. I did not know these trains had toilets. How am I turning the PZB hatch lever before I've even opened the hatch? Right, let's see if I remember. So, reverse the handle in and forwards. Then the brake Then the engines, but the engines are on. So we skip that. Brake key, cut in, then power, which is already... Oh, no, then compressor and power. Power is already on. Sorry, compressor's already on. So power. And that should be it. Let's see if I remembered it correctly. Of course I have. What's the journey mode preparing me for? I'm making the comparison because you're playing the routes on Zusi in a very specific like manner. The same way I play what I play in a very specific manner. Hello BBIAJ, just joined the Discord. You're very welcome, my man. Hope you have a good time. Find anything that you would need to find. Keep an eye out on the schedule channel and the announcements, to be fair, on Sunday evenings. That would be UK time. And then you'll know what's coming for the week ahead in terms of streams and any other activity. Completely deserted station. Nice. Very cool, DTG. Very cool. Hello, Cora. Welcome back. Didn't do it before. I mean, that's fine, but... Oh my god, Simro days, yeah. Hopefully soon to return. Hopefully. Teaching employee fabrication plant. One would argue that's Germany is not the place that happens. But I won't say anymore. Let's make this 4x. Wait, look, you open his mirrors. Wait, where are my mirrors? How do I open my mirrors? Oh, the automatic. Okay. Well, when I like put it in reverse, then the mirrors open. What do you mean for the first time, boss? For the first time today, maybe. Not for the first time ever, though. And after 5 minutes, our passenger number is 0. Where did they fabricate Lucas? You tell me, man. That's apparently your fellow countryman. If we're talking about today, then, you know, I can let that one slide. Just about. Oh, sorry, Cora. I completely missed that. Yeah, why? Why not? With the update coming, the console release, If there's any time to play Simro, this is it. And that's coming from me. Train Driver 2. Let's have a look at this Train Driver 2. Is it one that you guys have told me about already? Yeah. How does it do in terms of realism, Cora? There's no bots here, only players, so everything you encounter is a human. But then if there's not enough players on, the experience will be hurt, wouldn't it? Signals are low-key more competent. Yeah, so how is it in realism in terms of the game itself, the mechanics and stuff? How does it compare to Simrail? Well, I mean, I don't think it's hard to have a higher player count than Simmer at the moment, to be honest. Are you back yet, Cora? Simmer Pete 500 in the last 24 hours. 500? What? I wonder how much of that was to do with that Czech streamer. He was streaming it again yesterday, I believe. Oh, it was peaks like that, okay. The servers are empty. Yeah, it doesn't really make much sense, boss. There's no way of cheating out of a SPAD, then if you SPAD, you aren't getting put back in front of the signal. So what would be the procedure then, Cora? If you SPAD and crash into someone, expect consequences in the form of a ban to follow. But what about if I'm a noob and I'm just trying to get the hang of things and I make a mistake that results in a crash? Bots are playing the game. Imagine actually counted bots as players. As a matter of fact, I say imagine. Wouldn't that actually mathematically add up? If we add the amount of players that we know, that we see, and then add all the bots together, I'm sure it wouldn't be far off 500. I'm not convinced that those 500 are real players. Yeah, please do. Because, you know, this is a good time for it, I think. So if you see 0 kilometers an hour, which is 100 specs. Okay, so the hard tool will help you out. I mean, someone can have all the help. But if they're driving the train alone without any assistance, they could struggle. Sometimes between scenery changes, it likes to pop a 0 kilometers an hour until it loads the next scenery, but you'll learn eventually when it happens. How does the scenery compare to Simrel? Let's talk about that matter. You can tell it's a way older engine compared to Simrel. Right, but do you actually feel that you're in a different place when you go to a different place? Or does everything just look the same? That's more so what I'm going for, because one of my main complaints about Simrel is that almost the entire map looks exactly the same. The places actually feel different. Even if the graphics are worse, I would prefer that. Around 230 players currently, 130 in all servers combined. What do you mean? So there's 100 players that are just sitting in the menu? Is that what you're telling me? You can actually destroy your train. Give me some examples, Cora. How? Because I might actually try this at some point. Also, 100 players. Oh, of course. I genuinely keep forgetting there's a single player. Why would you play Simrel single player though? I mean, I see why, but it's rough. No save game. EP09 overuse or resistance and you blow it up. Raise your pantograph without wires and you destroy it. Is that actually a thing? Also, the timetable is on demand, so you can pick what you drive and when you drive, as long as enough dispatches are available. Okay, so there's no actual like set timetable. Is that what you mean? So what if there's like 1,000 players that are playing at the same time? There would just be constant traffic jams. If we go off that, with 500 players online, around 282 players would not be on multiplayer. I mean, either way, like, no matter what the numbers are saying, you know, every time you go online, you can see that it's a dead experience. So whatever the reason for not all the players being on multiplayer, whether they're sitting in the menus, whether they're playing single player, ultimately the multiplayer experience sucks. You can actually permanently break your rolling stock and you have to respawn if you break it. But that's realism, though. I like that level of detail. You know, it comes at a price, but then it would do that in real life too. INT1 is 8 plays and 6 dispatchers. PL3 is 50 drives, 23 dispatchers. It's basically a game for Polish people, really, at this point. You'll never have a good multiplayer experience if you don't go into the Polish servers. That can be debated, but not strongly. Open multiplayer, select your train. Then click where you want to spawn and ask for a timetable. You ask for a timetable? Interesting. Okay. The main TD2 server is Polish and English. There are translation tools which work in the game, and I personally experienced no issues dealing with the Polish. They're always welcoming of non-Poles. I mean, it's free. I don't see why I wouldn't give it. Why I wouldn't give it a go. I don't like the, there's a bit of a delay. You see when you play with a keyboard, the train reacts instantly to what you press. And I find in a lot of instances, not every single time, but in a lot of instances, when you use a controller, there's a delay. Maybe a second, which is a lot when it comes to this sort of thing. Second could be the difference between getting a Zwangbremsung and not. So that's actually a rule they refuse you basically because you only speak English. That is not allowed and reportable. So if I only speak English and not a lick of Polish, I'm not allowed to play their game. Nice. Barely got any interest to drive the same trains on Krakow 1.0, 2.0, and 3.0. Can be given a time which requires you to shunt around the train or switch your curves from what's okay. Why shunting isn't in Simroll yet is a mystery, honestly. Railway equipment does break in TD2, requiring the use of written orders. Okay. It sounds very good in terms of realism and like everything that I would want. However, the limitations are quite big for me personally. It doesn't seem like there's a learning curve. You either know or you or don't you're not allowed to be here. That's what it feels like. I wouldn't know how PKP operates really from Simrail. It's not like I was really made knowledgeable about operations. I know the general rules in terms of signaling and some other minor details, but I am in no way confident at all enough to go for that. Knowing the general rules helps a lot. Maybe I'll watch some gameplay as well. I think that would be good. Watch some gameplay, and that might give me a clearer idea on how comfortable I feel playing it. Pardon me. Okay, is your YouTube channel the same as? Is your YouTube channel the same as your name on Twitch? Okay. Are you in our Discord by any chance? You don't use Discord, okay, no problem. Alright, yeah, I'll take a look at some point. Might not even be today necessarily. So I need to try and do some research on possibly utilizing a soundboard. So I need to do some research on that. And then I should have the time afterwards. EPO9 has dynamic brakes for a locomotive from the 80s. So what does that mean in layman's terms? What's cool about that compared to how, a more modern locomotive will use dynamic brakes? Oh, Nabil, it's really a pleasure to drive this. Honestly, man. It really is a pleasure. Compares to most rolling stock, the '09 brakes on the engines too. What other TD2 stock brakes with air only? Ah, okay, okay. Unisuper. Hello, welcome. How are you doing? Oh, it's quite cool that you can couple up. You can couple it up to some newer units. Yeah, I definitely need to check out your content. Like I said, ultimately it's a free game, you know. So I'm very open to trying it. Does sound a little bit intimidating, but I'm down for it. Yeah, Nabil. Yeah, bro. I get confused between all of them. That's why I asked when Cora first mentioned it if I've like heard of this one before. I feel like there's quite a few of these types of train sims. And again, like I said last time when we were talking about that one, if they could all just come together, they could potentially build the ultimate Polish train sim. That might be the best train sim to exist. Instead, everyone's in their own corner doing their own thing, but they're all making the same thing. I'm gonna give out Steam keys for no reason. Yeah, giving out Steam keys for a free game, absolutely insane. You can create your own consists. See, personally, I like. I like taking just picking up a service and being a driver and just replicating a shift. You know, for the all that like oh you build your own consist, build your own map, do your own stations. That kind of thing has never really appealed to me, personally. All right, Cora, take care. Is it not out already? I don't understand this. It's available on like another platform, but for some reason on Steam, it's not out yet. Well, yeah, Nilvin has said it. Nilvin has said it's coming out tomorrow. Oh, you're talking about Simmer and Xbox. Sorry, I did miss. There's a lot of chat, and both your names are red, so forgive me. I'm also a little bit distracted as well at the moment. I thought they said 13th, no? Oh, today's the 13th. Wow. Maybe it's like a 5 p.m., 6 p.m. release, like what happens on Steam. Although, let's say like when TSW released DLC on there, I think like 10 a.m. UK time, it would be ready. Yeah. Well, thankfully we've got someone who does that for us, so we've got an inside man. Yeah, how did that news even come out? That's quite important. On the Discord. I wonder if it's a thing where they just get maybe because maybe they're active there talking to people. They get used to just being around the Discord community and forget that like this is a public game. Yeah, the only time you'll see an update on the Steam Hub is when they're releasing a DLC. Yeah. Yeah. That's truly the only time I see them active on Steam. That's crazy, man. To be fair, they also say when there's like an update or whatever, but there should be more information. Communication is always very important, man. Very important. If all these runs are an hour long, we're not going to have time to do another run. Last post besides the Christmas one was in September. Apparently they're working on a tram game now. Yeah, we'll see if that ever comes to light, bro. They were working on a bus one apparently, right? I'm disappointed in them, you know. I'll be honest. Such a good start. So promising. And only of their own doing has the game fallen the way it has. No one else has intervened in causing that. There hasn't been another game that's popped up that's shadowed it. Yeah, honestly, bro. Honestly. Although at least the Metro thing is going to be linked with Simra, right? Yeah. I believe that's what ASL said anyway. I haven't heard anything about it officially. I shouldn't sound the horn if I'm like stopping at this station, right? But I should probably just remember that for when I depart. Carter, thank you very much for the raid, my man. I'm happy that my sound works today straight away. How is your stream, my man? Raiders, you're all very, very welcome. We are currently driving on the Nidatorban with the 628 in mint green. Where did you get that from, the bill? Is that like their website motto or what? During daylight, yes. Yes. It's a gorgeous route. Gorgeous route. Bro said Facebook. Don't sound the horn yet, yeah. So as there were 3 signs there, which one do I tend to? Is it just one of them? Or... yeah. Discord and Facebook, their communication. Don't even talk to me about Facebook, man. But yeah, those are not good enough. I wonder how much they put on their forum in terms of information. Honestly, it wouldn't be worse. For me personally, it wouldn't be worse than it already is. Snapchat is crazy, man. You know when I always see people dissing Snapchat on social media, I'm always like, is it really that washed? Because when I go in it every now and again, it's still being used like it was being used before. But you always see people saying, what, you still use Snapchat? People still use Snap, like it's as if it's a crazy thing. People are still using Facebook. What are we talking about? Or is it cool? Is it a trend? Are you a cool kid if you don't use Snapchat anymore? And then you look down upon it and upon everyone who uses it. Change some OBS settings, set good see options for lower resolution again. A long time ago. Maybe, yeah, a while ago. A while ago. You can finally watch a 160p again. Although I don't understand it because according to Twitch, I'm able to stream in 1440p. And all I've done differently from when I was streaming at 1440p was simply stream on another computer. I'm still using the same stream key. The same everything. It's just the fact that it's now being done on a different computer. So why that's meant that things have changed, I really don't understand. But hey, you know, 1080p is fine. Also, it's easier for my PC that I'm streaming with because it's not very powerful. You love it on 1080p? Great, I'm happy. When I was streaming on 1440p on my gaming PC, it offered 1440p viewing, but also everything else as well, which is how it's meant to be. But before I was given permission by Twitch to do that, how it was on my streaming PC, where it was only showing the 1440p option and nothing else, was how it used to do it before. So it's basically treating it as if I didn't have permission. You won't believe it, yeah. When I was on the outside view just then, every maybe 2 or 3 seconds, every 2 or 3 seconds, I was pressing acknowledge, and there was nothing. There was nothing. There was nothing. So that whatever triggered that was in between some seconds before I changed back to the cab, the camera back to the cab. I have a feeling we're gonna get the flirt for Simra at some point. What gives you that feeling, boss? We get getting a new get. It seems like getting new content is about as rare as an eclipse. Sounds like a German route. I know, right? You don't know how many during the night run I triggered Carter. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. Well, I mean, I guess it gives us some hope in the bill, but I the same way my thing with TSW is just to not have any hope in order to not have any disappointment. I think that's the way to approach Simro as well for me. It's just a good way to avoid disappointment. It's not bad to have hope and like be excited at the the prospect of something coming. But for me personally, I wouldn't want to feel that and then be disappointed after patterns of the past have shown that that's what most likely is going to happen. Because I'll be disappointed in the news and then also disappointed with myself. station approaches have somewhat improved a little bit. Still some harsh braking needed in some areas, but overall, there's an improvement. Open BVE. See, as somebody who has never played it, I've downloaded it. I've played it. As a matter of fact, it was some London Underground routes, you know, my favorite, that I played and downloaded. Several ones, actually. Several ones. And I'll just say, it's something I will never be doing again. I'll put it that way. See, now maybe if I was like an old school player and maybe it was nostalgic or I appreciated it differently, my perspective was different, perhaps I'd have no issue. But even TSC sometimes is a challenge, and that's far, far advanced. Because TSW is the first title of a train sim game that I've played. I tell you what though, I played Open BVE in the London Transport Museum where they had like a whole cab, like an old school train cab. That was fun, that was good. But that's all it's really good for, to be honest. And realistically, what was cool about that was the cab, sitting in the cab and having the actual controls, as opposed to the game itself. Virtual London Underground Academy. What? Where did you get that information from? What is that in relation to? This pays me to say, but I'm bored of ETS2 again, but not ATS. Anyone else feel this way? I'm playing. I'll check it out in a second. A bit. I saw the screenshot. I'm currently playing ATS Holy Trucker, but it's only because of all the mods I've got on it. My ATS2 is currently unmodded yet and will remain that way until 1.58 beta comes out. But I'll tell you what, my man. Once that comes out and I have my my map combos and all my mods, I don't think I'll be playing ATS for a little while. Oh, I don't want to ask any questions about that, I'll be honest. No, I understand. I understand. I understand completely. It's actually not the wildest thing you've ever said. Huh. How do you explain it, Carter? Is it just the fact that they've been around for a while that they keep finding themselves in these positions? Between the government funding and all the other nonsense, it just makes you wonder. It really just makes you wonder. They do. They do. Everything about them two together is very strange. I think somebody needs to do a documentary. Okay, 50 minutes, 3 minutes, 30 minutes, perfect. Hugging trees. I'm going to turn off the weather just because this is a scenario and I believe is intended to be played a specific way, so I don't want to mess with that. A thought to be a normal journey under harsh conditions. Oh, please don't be that. Please don't just be A to B with rain. Please. We've had our, interesting scenario. Let's not, let's try and get some momentum going here. Good morning, driver. It's a very wet and unhappy day, but we still have to bring the commuters to Frankfurt. Shocked. Am I going to regret? What do you mean, hold the engine and start? Where am I? Where's my train? Maybe the first instruction should have been, go to your train. Please no helicopters, honestly. You know what? A German pacer is actually not a terrible description for this train, but it's a lot smoother. A lot smoother. Oh wait, so I can look around. Okay, started working now. I don't know what I needed to press. Where have you sent me, Nabil? This is the first time I've seen this today. I don't know how many journeys this logged as one. Yo, am I meant to... Should I have been doing the engine start process this entire time? Even though it sounds like the train's already on. Because this has moved with a lot more energy than I have seen all day. That's what the bill sent me. We are very pleased to continue having TMO Studio as a strong partner by our side. The company has been a classic partner of Rotweiss since the end of 2023. TMO Studio operates as an independent development studio based in Erfurt, specializing in the creation of creative PC games and real-time simulations. In addition, TMO Studio runs a radio station with 2 channels, Flash Bass FM and Double Bass. We are grateful for the continued support and look forward to a successful collaboration. Incredible stuff. Absolutely incredible stuff. Just got my ATS and ETS2 Christmas socks. Oh. Huh. Put a picture of the Discord. Holy chocolate. Let's have a gander. Carter, I've never heard of Double Bass. I'll be very honest with you. That's why I started laughing, because it's a silly name. Very similar to Flash Bass, and I've also just never heard of it before. It just sounds ridiculous. Having a Flash-based FM logo or a TMO logo on your shirt. Ask the NPCs in the bus, man. They'll know. Apparently, Carter, Tourist Bus Sim received an update recently. I know it was definitely on PS5. I don't know if the PC version received an update. Apparently, the graphics have improved. Apparently, performance has improved. But I'm not sure anything else has. As a matter of fact, I would be surprised if anything else has. We'll give you the honor to test drive it. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because that would mean I would have to buy it. Can you imagine? In 2026, I buy the bus. Sorry, I buy the same thing anyway, almost. I buy Tourist Bus Simulator. No, 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 no. Now, if I had already bought it, and I had already owned it, I would actually try it. Like, if an update released for Fernbus, which I don't think it did, I would actually go and give it a go. Sometimes with Fernbus, I start missing it. And so to wake me up a little bit, I need to play it. And then I realize why I don't play it. And then I restore sanity and normality. There's a 25 gigabit update. Yes, that's true. Yeah, yeah. It was a big one. Drive a huge bus in an insanely narrow town consisting of 2 main roads. That was the appeal for me, by the way. Not the 2 main roads, but the driving a bus in like narrow roads. It's something I always compliment pro mods for. I just like that challenge. I've always found that fascinating. City transport bus. Let me guess. It's either got TML or Aerosoft's logo on it. A shame. A shame. Maybe it's a shame for my enemies. Why would you want me to experience that? You know the crazy thing is, I don't know if you're joking or not. Wait, that triangle. TMO and Aerosoft. And PDP in small font. There's nothing beyond the realms of too silly or too ridiculous. That they have, like, in terms of lines they won't cross. The Devil's Triangle. That is the actual Illuminati triangle. That's the real one. Illuminati is just a like smoke and mirrors. It's just a cover. The real evil behind it is PDP, TMO, and Aerosoft together. The bus economy is next. You know what? Like, I actually wouldn't be surprised, Carter. Like, how would it really be too crazy to hear the collaboration? Imagine TGT joins in, making it the evil square. I've got this weird glitch in ATS right now. Anyone else have it where the rain does not touch your windscreen anymore? No, that would be due to one of your mods, Holy Trucker. My game is mods to hell and back. Well, actually, no, it's modded to heaven and back. And I don't have that issue. I think the build's in a similar boat as well. Sounds like a DTG issue, funnily enough. Maybe the bugs are contagious. $80 mods. 80 mods is fine. 80 mods compared to 170. That's hellish. It's very important to me that we find a similar way for ETS2 mods when the time comes. I'm not gonna lie, bro. It's very, very important to me. What this ATS thing has just blown my mind. Also, the same thing for the DLCs. Guy was driving the Flixtrain Vectron under the bridge. His train turned black. Bro, I'm telling you, the recent spate of bugs that I'm seeing, it's very concerning, more than it's ever been. We'll see what direction Dubs will go in this year, man. It stayed black. I thought, bro, it would have been bad enough if it was just black underneath the tunnel or the bridge. I've been saying this, and it will continue to get worse. It will continue to get worse, man. At this point, I think the best thing they can do is just Open source it. Honestly, open source the whole game. And let the public take care of it and start working on something else. So now I've been having fun in ATS using John Arudis Dodge Ram mod of his multi-trailers. See, that is the one that I mentioned yesterday saying, I briefly said when we were talking about car mods, that I saw a good one. That was the one. So you can vouch for it, Holy Trucker, yeah? In VR it's been awesome. I can imagine. I can imagine. Do you use any map mods, Holy Trucker, for ATS? No shot do we have a completely empty train. There's not been any passengers. What a game, man. What a game, honestly. Yeah, so Nabil, I think it's going for realism, which I can appreciate, but it's doing a lot. Like you said, it's doing more than it should. I've downloaded an economy mod, not a realism mod. If you want to have a realism mod that does all of those things, that's fine. But that's not an economy mod. An economy mod messes with the economy. How much you get paid, the price of things, cost of fuel, bank loans. But to be messing with stuff like that, no, you've gone into the realm now of a completely separate mod. But at the same time, I don't want to remove it because the game just becomes too easy afterwards. So it puts you in a hard position because I think the second best mod for the economy is not great from what I've heard. Yeah, do go ahead and see if you can find one. But from the little that I've seen, I'm not super hopeful. If you visit the GMC Logistics website, Holy Trucker, their paid map combo is absolutely incredible, mate. Absolutely incredible. Their free one has quite a lot of trash in it. Realistically, Nabil, if there's gonna be anything that you know anywhere that you'll find something, it's there. If we're being honest. Yeah, $30 is insane. Absolutely insane. I thought it was insane when it was 20. But hey, what's really insane anymore when there's truck pack mods for $80? My perspective of insane has changed. It's evolving. You'll buy them to do the right thing. When do you do the right thing, Holy Shocker? If there's a way to circumvent the rules, you will circumvent the rules. Don't come here trying to be an angel. We know you. Oh, I did not realize the stop marker. Also, that seemed too short. Yeah, look, the back of the train has only just entered the station. That was the wrong. That was the wrong stop marker. Oh my god, 200. Yeah, I did forget somehow. $220. But I'm gonna stick to my thing. You create something, it's your own work. Put whatever value you wanna put on it, man. Don't expect to make any money if you know price it as. But you know what I've learned, people will pay anything. Somebody out there will pay that much. As a matter of fact, there are a bunch of people that will pay that much. If nobody was buying it, he wouldn't be selling it. She'll see if any sand comes out. Who's this? Sorry, babes. I had to go check something, and then I also realized when I went to do that there was about 7 letters that had just been posted all together. SES deserves my money. I'm trying to really does quality products. Yeah, listen. If you listen, I think it's a very subjective matter. Like there are a lot of mods for like TSW, for example, that I think are worth paying for if they were to be like paid mods. Now, would I pay them? That's a different matter. No, Holy Trucker, I don't think we've got our Christmas socks. Use the unlocker for it. Wait, sorry, for what specifically? Cool from God mode once upon a time, but not after the weight of TSW6. Oh, right. Yeah, but bro, for what it does. So because you waited a while for it for TSW6, you'd be happy to go to be stuck and deal with services that don't finish. Oh, for the trucks events, yeah. Wait, I thought he was talking about real socks. Yeah, Holy Trucker. Yeah. We've got our socks. I thought we were talking about like legit socks. It's whatever you want it to be, Holy Trucker. I told you, you're devious. You tried to play the angel. It is whatever you want it to be. Holy Trucker is always hilarious, man. You actually are though, legit. That one, yeah, I can get behind calling it recycling. Not sure about the other one though. That's it. So just earn a lot of those. Earn a lot of thank yous. Blend in. And you're good, my friend. I wanted to test the sander. I think it's to do that. Ah, yes. Sanding activated. So much sand. What an incredible amount of sand. Wow, this was really going to help us in the wet conditions. That's great. Good stuff. Yeah, really good stuff there. Incredible. They said they launched a special operation against so much. Special operation is insane. It's given like Steam support. That is insane. I've locked our doors, haven't I? So the instruction is just stuck. So this is what you want to deal with in a build, because God mode took a little bit too long to release. Go via what location? What is this game talking about, man? No route available. The whole game's confused. The whole thing's just falling apart. You know what? Honestly, tease us off nicely to ending it. The whole game is just confused, man. It's been pushed way too far beyond its current limitation. It's just confused, man. It's very confused. Hello there, ASR. Neutralize the target. Flight sim mods are quality, the payware ones, but trucks, they want to treat it like that, but they are crap compared to flight sim add-ons. No, see, this is the question I was asking recently, Holy Trucker. When the bill brought to light some ridiculousness about how much some of these mods cost, I asked, what differentiates these paid mods, some of which are ludicrously high, have like a ludicrously high cost? What differentiates them from the free ones? You can't interact with the buttons, for example. Sound mods, if they have good sounds, you can just find for free. Like, there's nothing that really differentiates these mods from the paid stuff. So, you know, there's not, like you said, when we compare it to flight simming, there's a stark difference between the default stuff and even the free mods. And the paid stuff, like you do really get what you pay for if flight simming is your thing. And then you see what's going on elsewhere, and it's just like, it doesn't make sense. It makes absolutely no sense. Subway Surfers ASR, I have no idea what you're talking about, boss. It's crying for help. It is, man. It is, honestly. Honestly. And to see some of these issues sometimes, I just feel more and more sorry for people stuck on console, man. You can't even like you get stuck on that service. You've put in however much time you've put in, and it's for nothing. Today, Xbox Simrail releases and Polish Map DLC 2 and CD163 preview. Does Map DLC 2 also release, or is it also previewed with the train, the loco? Anyway, you let me know while I outro out. Also previewed. Okay, cool. I know, right, Nabil? I know, man. No matter how much the cracks show in their own preview streams, how much the cracks show in the ambassador streams, you know. Anyway, we'll see what the future holds. Potentially interesting things. Until next time, my people, which will be later today, 5 p.m. UK time with some American truck sim. I think I'm going to delete the mod economy. I don't know. I don't like driving in the nighttime so much. I'm not a fan, in all honesty. So maybe we'll have the economy mod installed. Maybe we won't. We'll see. We'll see. But yes, until then, if I see you guys then, if not, then I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a lovely rest of your day. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Stay safe. Health is wealth. And until next time, peace out.